So today we're going to talk about the Generation 3 Hayabusa and the R&G frameless slide protectors. So the instructions, if you've looked at this already from R&G, are a bit scatty. Some things aren't 100% clear. So I thought, while I'm doing this, let's take a point, let's quickly record it, okay? So you've got your fairings off, you're down to that point, we've got the initial engine bolt out, we've got the engine propped, etc., down to this point, okay? So one of the things they don't necessarily show you clearly is on the left-hand side, you need to put the foam onto here, okay? You need to take the smaller washer and stick it onto this bolt. We're just going to feed this to here. And what you don't see very clearly is the spacer, okay? Spacer on. Now I am trying to do this one-handed, which is always a barrel of fun. Okay, spacer on. We're just going to slot it in. Let me just quickly get it to there, to the point that I can. There we go. Just get a bit of a bite on it. Now that space is really important, but that's one thing you can't see clearly for the instruction guides that goes on there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to nip this up, tighten it up. All the torque settings are obviously in the guides and the settings, but then once I've done this, nipped it up, I'll jump onto the other side and we'll do a quick video over the other side as well, so we can get it nice and clear. And just for a quick reference point, we're going to be using a 17mm 6-sided socket. I'm using a 1/2 inch just because it's easier for the torque settings and everything like that. But as long as you've got a 6-sider, if you've got a multi, it's fine, but ideally get a 6-sider, and we're using a 17mm socket for this. You're also going to want a size 8 and a size 6. Pretty sure it's a size 6. Yeah, the red's a size 6. So you want an 8 and a size 6 as well, because on the other side we need to just release. Right, now the right hand side is a bit more fiddly, okay? So what you need to do is you need to slacken off this bolt here. Then you need to undo this. That's the direction they do it. I actually span that first. So what you're going to want to do is this spacer pushes forward, and you're then going to slot the back frame. So it doesn't sit over this way, it sits behind. You're going to pop it in, put the bolt through and then tighten it off, and obviously that spacer will push out. One thing to bear in mind is there is a cutout here in the metalwork for the cables. Now, try not to force the cables too much, but you do need to sort of sit them through. And it is quite a tight gap all the way throughout here, but you can obviously see through this hole, straight through there, we've got a nice good clearance, okay? But you do need to bear in mind that these cables will sit up on there and keep them routed in the correct way. Don't try and declip them. You don't need to declip them. You just need to fiddle a little bit. And get this in. Make sure your padding's up on here as well. Get everything fitted up. That's your right-hand side in. Now we're going to run the beam through. Now, you want to make sure this is slightly slacked off, so you've got a bit of free play in here. Otherwise, you won't get this bar through once you're on the other side. Once again, if you've got bitch hands, this is going to work a lot better for you. You just want to feed that up in there, tighten your Allen key bolt into it, which is the 6, up through there, nip up, and then tighten everything down. And that's pretty much your mounting point all on and secure, ready for the fairings to go back on, and then bolt on your aero pieces